37 other riders out there, as we just witnessed in that 450B class a few moments ago, that these second motos are no guarantees if you watch the way the results are going. Some have been consistent, many have been not so consistent, but we've seen some real cream rise to the top as far as the 2017 Rocky Mountain ATV-MC Amateur National Motocross Championship at Loretta Lynn's is concerned. All presented by Lucas Oil and the Bell Moto Hole Shot Award. $100 going for our early leader in this one. Let's see if he can hang on to it through the Bell Moto Hole Shot Forest and through the short chutes now, as we've got all kinds of company coming for Dylan Swartz, the 74 Kawasaki rider out of Alpine, California. Swartz opening up with the early lead out here as we check in back to the number 2 spot. That almost looks like the TM ride, and it is the 95 of Masterpool. You see the 22 of Carson Mumford right there behind him as well. The 42 machine in that 4th place position. Nathaniel Thrasher, he took a 6th place finish in Moto number 1, so starting out strong here as we head through Storyland. Second moto again of the Supermini 1, 12 to 15-year-old class. A lot of eyes on Masterpools. He's dropped the 3rd. He and Mumford battling coming out of the backside. Now heading toward the waterworks here in the Storyland region. It is still Mumford holding on to the number 2 spot, and it is Swartz starting to stretch things out now as they head toward the big Rocky Mountain ATV-MC sweeper turn. All the way to the inside goes the 95 of Masterpool, trying to cut the lines a little short, trying to find some smooth racetrack, but somehow or another, Carson Mumford keeping that momentum rolling, and he maintains the number 2 spot as they drop into the heart of Loretta Lynn's. Here comes your leader now. Through that big, what used to be Sandy sweeper turn, the big mogul turn now, as these riders are literally singling through there. We've seen some doubling and tripling throughout the course of the last couple of days of racing from some of the bigger bikes. But look at this, the drag race on now for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. There's a lot of position jockeying going on as we wrap up the first lap. Swartz and Mumford, they're about 2 seconds behind Swartz, but they are .067 apart from each other as they came past the finish line. Jarrett Fry, Moto 1 winner, now up to a 4th place position as 6th place Moto finisher. Our Moto 1 finisher Nate Thrasher is now 5th. Styles Robertson is up to 6th. Jeremy Ryan, the number 20 and 7th. Levi Kitchen, the 47 and 8th. Alexander Vestal running in the 9th place. And Parker Earl rounding out the top 10. Back up front, looks like Masterpool has solidified that number 2 spot away from Carson Mumford. Or no, he has not. He has not. That was Mumford that he is going after, and not Swartz into the Cometic Bowl turn now. And look at Swartz now. He is all uncomfortable in that number 1 position. He is finding a lot of comfort knowing that that battle behind him wages. His mindset is to take this one on home to the Race Tech Podium center stage to take home gold. Mumford and Masterpool, as well as Fry, who took Moto 1 gold back in the 4th place position, all feel that they might have something to say about that. But Mumford right now is tangled up with Masterpool. These guys are letting Swartz slip away. In the meantime, while they battle, here comes Jarrett Fry, and Fry could thread some needles here in the next couple of turns and surprise us to find that 2nd place position. Let's see what happens here. Jarrett Fry reeling in the 2nd and 3rd place rides. Our battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th are on as we roll into the heartland again here at Loretta Lynn's under the Kawasaki banner. Into the big sweeper mogul turn. The Thor Beach turn. Into the final turn. Still drag racing. Mumford and Masterpool. Fry, and look at this. Masterpool to the outside, to the inside. Carson Mumford, the drag race here to the finish line, and looks like Masterpool will take the 2 spot, and now he's trying to put the distance between the 22 of Carson Mumford. Mumford still is holding a steady position in 3rd, but here comes Jarrett Fry. Fry has been right there in the thick of things for the last half a lap or so with these 2 riders, and he too around him and trying to get around Dylan Swartz, who has opened up a 3-second lead.
I'll tell you, Rodney, I was about to head down to Lucas Oil and go to the dunk tank, which I got to do at 2:30, but you know what? This race is too good. I got to stick around until the end of it. Darn exciting. Let's see if Masterpool, now that he's got clear racetrack, can run down Dylan Schwartz. This is Schwartz's opportunity that he's been waiting for to lead one of these things. Oh, but Masterpool looks masterful at the end of that rhythm lane, getting away from Mumford. Jarrett Fry now going to battle the 22. But let's see if Masterpool can make a run for the lead, or if this race is all Dylan Schwartz.
Well, I know that with the feeling of accomplishment that TM rider, the 95 of Masterpool, has been feeling so far, he has got to feel with only working on lap number 3 right now. He's still got plenty of time to go before the 20 minutes is up in this one, about 15, and I'm sure he's counting them down in his head knowing that he's still got some comfort zone there. It's a matter of putting the pressure on, trying to get up there to put the pressure on, but that's the big thing, getting up there at this moment, because Schwartz really seems to have things dialed in. He's been laying down lap times of 2:01 through those first 2 laps.
Yeah, that's going to be the tail of the tape. On this lap, is Masterpool able to get into the 2:01s and match what Dylan Schwartz has been throwing down? I think he's gotten a little closer to the naked eye. If you're under 18, don't look at that. It's naked. Don't look at the naked eye. But to the naked eye, I believe Masterpool's closing a bit on Schwartz, but he's got a long way to go. 3 seconds to make up. Here come the lap times.
Whoa!
Woo! Tell us, Rodney, that was impressive by both.
A 1:59.9 by Schwartz, but wow, a 1:58.3 by Ty Masterpool. The gap now at 1.6 seconds, Jason Wygant.
Wow, so Dylan Schwartz knew the challenge was coming, and he answered it. He went under the 2-minute mark, but Masterpool went even faster than that into the 1:58s. So he cut a 3-second lead down to a 1.5 seconds now. And now they're nearly in the same shot as you see him on the big straightaway here on RacerTV.com. Masterpool on the 95, putting Dylan Schwartz on the attack.
Oh, look at this, pulling up side by side into the Cometic Bowl turn now, into the GoPro 10 Commandments. It's going to be a drag race to the end. Who's going to get the Storyland first?
Schwartz, oh, they cross up line. Schwartz went to the outside. Masterpool back to the inside. Side by side, little mistake for Masterpool, landing that left-hander. And that's going to allow Schwartz, at least for the moment, to escape.
It's little things like that that become big things in the end, but quickly Masterpool is regaining the lost ground, it appears, as we're starting to head now back out of Storyland toward the waterworks.
Masterpool, so good in these tight rutted corners, doesn't really bog the bike down in there, stays light on the machine. Now he's right behind Schwartz again.
Wow, those last 2 turns, Jason, coming down to that Storyland region, he made up a lot of real estate, and look where he's going now. Totally different line choice by the 95 from that time around as all the previous laps, and he's searching for that line to get into that number 1 position.
He might have it right here. He's on the inside. Schwartz got to beat him to the exit, and he does.
Masterpool took out of the inside of that line, didn't pay any huge dividends as we roll through the sweeper turn one more time.
Oh, Masterpool! I don't know how he saved that. He was almost down to the left, almost down to the right, almost low-sided, almost high-sided. A little look over the shoulder from Schwartz. He now knows he's got a bigger lead. Masterpool somehow did not crash, but he did lose a ton of time with that mistake. That changes things in a hurry. You want to talk it up, Wes Kane? I'm about to go in the drink, my friend.
Well, here we go out there. Lucas Oils brought the dunk tank out here. We're raising money for the Brett Downey Foundation. Our goal is $5,000. We're very shy of that. Everybody's chipping in. We had Ryan Villapoto in the dunk tank yesterday, Jeremy McGrath. We've got big donations from MTF, Club MX, Matt Walker Kickdown. We've also got some from Rides Unlimited. The money just keeps piling in. We're dunking people. We'll dunk Rodney. We'll clean him up. You guys come on in here. S&W Kickdown. It's all for a good cause. You know, safety first out here. Without riders being safe, we have no riders. So we want to keep them safe out there. I support the Brett Downey Foundation. Everybody does 100%. Ricky, he travels. He goes to all the amateur national races. Supercross, Monster Energy Cup, Amsoil Arena Cross, the whole concept that's out there. Those safety lights mean saving people on the track. What do you see, Rodney?
I see the energy you bring to the tower transferring to Jarrett Fry, the number 34 machine, as he locks bars with Carson Mumford. Those two battle it out, and now Jarrett Fry has moved into the number 3 position as we check back in here soon with Ty Masterpool to see if he can regain composure and lay chase back to Dylan Schwartz for that number 1 position.
Jason Wygant's fixing to get his swim shorts on, his Speedo. Jason Wygant is going down to the dunk tank. Also, Georgia Albertson, Jimmy Albertson, the whole crew. I'm calling out. I'm still calling out Brian Deegan. Put your money where your mouth is. Come down and stroke out the check for $1,000. Let's meet the $5,000 goal, maybe go higher. But I'm calling you out. Brian Deegan, get off your wallet, stroke the check. I'll see you at the dunk tank. And those are orders by Wes Kane. And remember, where there's a will, there's a Wes Kane. And we will reach $5,000 or more for the Brett Downey Foundation. And thank you, Lucas Oils. And thank you, MS Sports, for having us here this year at Loretta Lynn's 2017. Booyah!
The Wes Kane. Thank you very much, man, for helping
There's no
support
following
the
that
cause.
up.
There is
no following that up.
Now, we just got to turn our attention right back to what's going on in this race.
My mind is blown. I've got nothing. I got to go in the dunk tank to cool off after that. I'm overheated. I'm panting, Rodney. I'm panting.
And I'll tell you, somebody that's panting right now, too, is Ty Masterpool. He's trying to make up that lost ground. He swapped it out coming through that sweep return a lap and a half or so ago. He's now regained composure, and he is laying chase back to Dylan Swartz, who we saw a 4.2-second gap when they came by the finish line there the last time after that little mishap. But now we see that that gap, I believe, is starting to close up, or was starting to close up a little bit on Dylan Swartz as we roll through the GoPro 10 commandments now as we head toward that Storyland, back towards Honda Storyland and the Suzuki Waterworks as they make the exit coming out of that region. Here in just a few moments, Swartz may be maintaining that lead quite handily right now. We'll keep an eye on that. But one other thing that we're going to want to keep an eye on, 34, Jared Fry, Moto 1 winner. Now, he turned a 2:03 last time around, but Mumford had turned a 2:05, and he was battling to get around him. So we'll see if he can make up how much, if any, of that 4.7 seconds, nearly 5 seconds deficit between he and the second place of Ty Masterpool. Now, there is Swartz through the sweeper turn, Rocky Mountain turn, and now the hard left-hand turn as Ty Masterpool's also right there. And look, my friends, things are tightening up. But not nearly as much as what Masterpool is going to need. The 5 laps are down. 6 laps are starting to show. The cross flags just coming in, so we are past the halfway point. Dylan Swartz, again, 4.288 seconds. He turned a 2-minute .489 lap time last time. He drops to a 2:01.3. Masterpool picks it up to a 2-minute .1. The gap now just 3 seconds, 3.03 seconds between first and second, back to the number 3 spot. That gap has opened as Fry maintains that 2:02 lap time. The gap there now 7.3 seconds. The man on the move right now is Ty Masterpool. Our leaders now making their way through the Bell Moto Forest. 3 seconds is a lot of time to make up. He's got some time to try and get it done in as well. Running a second a lap faster, but can he maintain that? Did Swartz, can he pick it up? He did turn a 1:59.977 there on lap number 3. But Masterpool had also turned a 1:58.333 just before the mistake that he made. That set him so far back in this chase for Dylan Swartz and the Moto 2 win in the Supermini 112-15. And now into the Rocky Mountain ATV-MC turn we go. Out by the pond, you see all the golf carts out there watching patiently and diligently to see exactly what is going to transpire here. Masterpool does not appear to be closing much up on Dylan a lap ago when he was able to gain a full second on the 74 machine. They're both trying to cut through lap traffic right now. Lap riders are recognizing the second place coming through, but did they recognize the first place rider coming through? And will that be a benefit for the 95 of Masterpool as we head into lap number 8? A 2:03 lap time that time around for Dylan Swartz, a 2:02.9. So really there was less, or right at 1/10 of a second difference in this race, or that lap there between Swartz and Masterpool. So the gap now 3.005. So it was a 3.036. Little trouble there for the 74 machine, it looks like, as he had to switch up lines there for just a moment. Don't know that that's going to cause much of a melee for him or not, but it looked like he had to just all of a sudden switch up, and it hasn't slowed his momentum down any whatsoever. He is adapting very nicely and very quickly to what's going on in the conditions and situations here at Loretta Lynn's for 2017. So whatever it looked like it might have been a problem, man, that little switch up that he made, or maybe I might be miscued, it might have been something he was working on that we didn't even recognize, but man, it working out well for him right now as Masterful still trying to reel in the 74 machine. 3-second gap. Only a 1/10 of a second faster that last time around. They haven't had to contend a lot with lap traffic this time, so both these riders an opportunity to open it up, at least since they've gotten through that 10 Commandments section of this racetrack, and this is a faster part of the racetrack for several riders on this year. Third, Fry still in third, Mumford fourth, Robertson in fifth. Nate Thrasher, he's back to his Moto 1 finish in sixth place. Parker Earl, the 26 machine, as we check back a little further right now. Parker Earl finished seventh in Moto 1. That's where he's running right now. 2-lap board is out, so 2 laps to go for Dylan Swartz and Ty Masterpool, as the gap now is down to a 2.3 second gap. A 2:02.8 for Swartz, a 2:02.2 for Masterpool. And now as we watch this visually on the racetrack, coming around the Red Bull Arch now and heading toward the Cometic Gaskets turn here in just a few moments. We're coming out of the Bell Helmets sweeper turn. Or excuse me, Moto 4. There's our leaders under the turn, or under the arch now, heading toward the Cometic Gaskets first turn. Swartz, Masterpool, Fry, Robertson, Mumford, Thrasher. That's about what we're seeing from Moto number 1. Except for Dylan Swartz, the 74 machine, as this has been a redemption ride for him here in the second Moto. That rider saw a third place position. So, well, all the top 10 riders are up there, I guess, getting it all sorted out. So Swartz has put himself in a great position. Masterpool still in a great position. Jarrett Fry, actually, let's start doing the math here. A 3-1 and a 1-3. Those are both 4s. 2 2s a 4. We've got a 3-way tie the way it looks right now. Styles Robertson around Mumford now as a 59 machine who took 5th in Moto number 1. Steals away the 4th place position away from Carson Mumford. That's where he finished in the first Moto, but now he's dropped back to 5th, so they flip-flop things around a little bit. We're seeing about what we saw there in the finish in Moto 1 here in Moto 2. Mumford and Robertson still battling. Mumford is not wanting to relinquish the 4th place position so easily to Styles Robertson, that 59 machine. Into the sweeper turn, those 2 riders go as we check in with our leader, Swartz, still. And Masterpool, 1.7 seconds. Another 0.6 of a second as the white flag is out on this one now. Jarrett Fry and Robertson now coming by the finish line. Jarrett Fry in 3rd. Robertson is in 4th. He's only 1.6 seconds behind Fry. Mumford is 0.8 of a second behind him. We've got a 3-way battle now starting to shape up for the 3rd place position, and all of a sudden we could see Jarrett Fry under pressure here. It is 1.6 seconds. They are running just slightly, a fraction of a hair faster lap time. All Fry has to do is get back on it, but at the same time he could be surprised, and a lot of things can happen in these final laps. There's Mumford, there's Robertson. Where is that 34 machine of Jarrett Fry? Should be just ahead of both of those riders. There he is. There they all 3 come out of the 10 Commandments now, heading back towards the Honda Storyland now. Will there be a story to tell in this one, as the things may be stretching out some on this final lap, as riders really beginning to feel the wears of a 20-minute moto. 19 minutes and 30 seconds now into this race. And the checkers will be flying for Dylan Schwartz, the 74 machine, when he makes his way back by the finish line. And that is if he can maintain that position in that 1.7 second gap between he and the 95 of Masterpool. There he is. He's right in front of the announcer's tower. Masterpool, a few riders back in lap traffic. So Schwartz will take the Moto 1 win as the checkers come out for this rider, as he'll be 3-1. Ty Masterpool looking at a 2-2 as he crosses the finish line stripe now in second place position. And we'll wait here as Jarrett Fry will finish up in the number 3 spot on board the 34. Fry will be looking at a 1-3, so we have a three-way tie heading into this final moto. Robertson will secure the fourth place position here in the second moto, and Mumford in fifth as they flip-flop from Moto 1 to Moto 2. Nate Thrasher looks like he will maintain sixth. Parker Earl in seventh. That's where he finished. Preston Kilroy 8th. Caden Emmerine 9th. Levi Kitchen to round out the top 10. And a well-deserved drink there and a cool down for these riders in the Super Mini 12 to 15-year-old class. As friends, they brought everything they had and laid it out on the racetrack here today. Leave nothing else out there. Take nothing with you, as they certainly have nothing but a lot of things to be proud of, and that was the rides that they put forth right there before us over the course of the last 20 minutes of racing here at Loretta Lynn's. This is why I come each and every year, to watch battles just like this. For the last 20-some years, I have been a mainstay of Loretta Lynn's, and if I keep watching battles like that, I'm going to keep coming back. And speak coming back, we got 3 riders returning back to the podium. Let's head down and talk with them with Kevin Kelly.
Your timing is impeccable, Rodney. We're going to slide on back here beside the number 74 machine of Dylan Schwartz. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Dylan Schwartz. What a super deep, super talented class. Top 5, just making it top 5 in this class is fantastic. Dylan, great ride. I don't think there's any way you were not going to get a good start that time. You were right up there in the mix.
I had luck with starts this whole week, and I just knew I had to get a good start to get ahead of Ty, and just try to ride smooth and not make any mistakes, and just try not to give it away like the other races.
Well, let's go ahead and give you something. You did not give this away, this big check here. They're going to get a big picture for you. That Bell Helmet's whole shot. Hold that up. Big smiles there. They're snapping the photos somewhere. There he is. There he is. Look over there. It's like picture day at school, man. Get your hair all slicked up. All right, Dylan, great job out there. You pulled down the win. Ty got a little close, and you guys kind of managed the lap times from that point.
Yeah, I saw that he was closing in, and I just try not to get tired and try to ride smooth and not waste all my energy in the first half, because I know he's strong the whole. So, yeah, I just try to ride smooth.
Great work. Who would you like to thank, man?
My mom, my dad, Monster Energy, Kawasaki, Team Green, 6D, Oakley, 7, FMF, Lynx Racing, Dunlop, Maxima, and everybody that supports me. Thank you so much.
Let's hear it. He wins the second moto, the number 74 of Dylan Schwartz on that Team Green Kawasaki ride. It's going to be a good one. That last moto is going to be a doozy. Top 5. It was great racing. Even watching Jarrett Fry back there in the number 3 spot as he muscled his way in there. We're going to bring up our second place finisher. Come on down if you are ready to go. Ty Masterpool. Let's see you, my man. Here comes Ty. Comes off, he's barely breathing. Had a little conversation there. He is definitely fit. He can go the distance in these motos for sure. Ty Masterpool on that TM, man. A lot of fun watching you make that machine work. Little fist bump for you. Grab that, put it around your neck. So he's got 1-2 moto scores now. Ty, you're still in the hunt. Obviously, go out there and win that last moto, and you got the championship.
Yeah.
That easy. He just laughs. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm absolutely going to do it. All right, I want to know something. What was the thinking behind getting on that TM, jumping off the bikes you're really familiar with onto the TM?
It was just kind of, we're on the TM. We're just kind of staying under the radar the whole year. And it's just one of those bikes. I rode one of my friends, and I really liked it. And I'm just riding it right out of the crate, literally just pulled out and racing at 100.
Wow, so if that's not a sales pitch, I don't know what is. Right off the crate, right onto the podium. 2-1 moto scores. You're obviously in the championship. What's the plan for the next moto?
Just to ride my best and try riding solid and just have fun.
You were having fun when you almost crashed on that big sweeper. I watched you. You went left, you went right, you kept it up on 2 wheels.
Yeah, just a little squirrely. I don't know how I kept that one up.
Great save. Who do you want to thank, Ty?
I'd like to thank God for just being with all of us, and no matter what place I get, my mom, dad, my brother Jake, both of our mechanics, my fitness coach, Monster Army, Fox Racing, HP Racing, Merge, Ortema, and just all those guys are helping a lot.
Well, we're enjoying watching you guys ride. Let's hear it for Ty Masterpool. He finishes up a very strong second. Made a couple of stabs at our leader. Couldn't quite put it together. That one little bobble cost him on the sweeper. We're going to go now to our third place finisher. Come on up here, Jarrett Fry, the science guy. Where are you at, man? Jarrett, there he is. Man, these kids get tall. You watch them grow up. Jarrett, how much longer you got on these Super Minis, man? You'll be ready for a 125, I guarantee you, by Mini-O's probably. He's already on one. There you go. Answers the question. Jarrett, great battle out there. You and Carson Mumford having some fun out there.
Yeah, I got off to a pretty good start, and then just tried to make the pass on Mumford and got it done, and then just pretty much rode my own race.
Able to stretch your legs out a little bit on this Super Mini. How tall are you?
I think I'm like 5'9".
5'9". Yeah, all right. Good job. You got third. What's your first moto score?
I got a first, so.
There we go. So you're right in there with Fry and, or you are Fry. You were there with Ty and with Dylan. You want to thank some folks?
I'd like to thank MTF, Scott, FMF, Factory Connection, Pro Taper, Greg Link, Maximum Racing Oils, Leah, Answer, and anyone else I forgot. Thank you.
There it is. Thanks, Mom. Let's hear it for Jarrett Fry. He's going to finish up third. That is your Super Mini class, and we will toss it back up to Ralph Shaheen and Jeff Emig. Take it away, guys.